Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Tsugu, and today we're going to talk about the best stocks for this week. We're also going to talk about the new rules that eToro just implemented, and also we're going to see what's going to happen into this month of March. And at the end of this video, I'm going to look into my portfolio and see what was the strategy and the new acquisitions that I've done. So stay around. Before we start this video, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Only 2.3% of my viewers are subscribers, and I need you to click that button to help me reach the 1000 subscribers at least. Now let's go back to the video. We're starting this week with Lumen Link. They are a telecom company. They have a dividend yield of 8.03%. I have something similar already in my portfolio, which is TNT, with also around 9% of dividend yield. They pay quarterly March, May, August, and November. During the analysis that I've done, they change some months. So for example, sometimes they don't pay in May, they pay in June, and vice versa. You need to use like Yahoo Finance or something like that to make sure when they're going to do the next payment. They are undervalued in 65.1%, so it's quite good now to buy, beside the fact that being increased on the last few months, as you can see on the graph. The ex-dividend date is on the 5th of March, and the financial health, it's a B. It's a B because they have 3 billion of assets and 6 billion of liabilities. So that's why I've put it on as a B, but the future growth is quite interesting, and actually it's one of the stocks that are increasing, beside the fact the SP 500 it's going down. And the market sentiment, it's a hold. So in resume, if you don't have TNT in your portfolio, this is a good option. The second one we're going to see this week is going to be the ticker NAVI, Navient Corp. So they have a dividend yield of 5.23%. They pay quarterly March, June, September, and December. They are undervalued in 61.1%, and the ex-dividend date is going to be on March 4th. They have a financial health of 3 Gs, so they have a big value in terms of assets and almost none liabilities. Besides, it's a financial institution. The financial health, it's quite good comparing to others that we already saw in previous videos. And also we have a market sentiment of hold. One thing that I want to bring up, it's bear in mind there are two stocks that are on the all-time lows. If you're going to see this in 1 year length, besides they've been increased this past few weeks, and we can see that they are on the all-time lows because they are undervalued more than 50%. So this gives us a lot of margin to growth in upcoming 3 or 6 months. This market analysis for March is based on the 5-year period, and I don't have good news because looks like the March is going to be the all-time lows in every single year. So we're going to need to hold on tight, put some money apart, put some money in your balance so you can do some average on your existing stocks. If you want to buy new ones, go ahead, but buy ones that can grow in the upcoming 3 or 6 months. In July probably we may sell back again. And now the new rules that eToro has implemented and what's going to affect you and what's going to affect the popular investors like myself, and what this rule is going to change. So what's going to affect people that want to invest for the first time after you realize the minimum deposit that you need to do. This was increased for $500 2 months back and now has increased for $1,000. This is going to be a little bit more hard for someone who's trying to invest for the first time. But this is the new rules, and the same thing that happened with Robinhood, etc. They want to avoid that kind of decisions that Robinhood took. In order to avoid that, they have increased the minimum requirements. One thing that if you're going to copy someone, so they also increased the minimum copy from $200 to $500. I'm going to explain this using my spreadsheet, where you're going to see what's going to impact and what's going to happen if you copy me or someone else with $500, $1,000, or $200. And the minimum trade size is going to be from $1 to $2. And we're going to see this right now on the spreadsheets, what's going to affect. Okay, if you're not already used to my spreadsheets, you can see the link on the description. This is going to help you to know how much you're going to invest in each stock and when you're trying to copy me. So here you can see all the stocks that I have on my portfolio, and here are the percentage that I have on my overall portfolio. That's going to do 100%. So if you're going to invest on me with the $200 or someone else, this doesn't matter, what's going to affect? So they say that the new rules, that's going to be from $2 up. What's going to happen means that all the stocks over here that are below $2, they're not going to be copied. So only stocks that are going to have transactions higher than $2 or $2. Let's say that you're going to invest with 500 and this changed completely. So now this means that you're going to buy every single stock that I have on my portfolio, meaning it's going to copy every single transaction that I have on my portfolio. If you're going to invest more, this margin will increase, therefore all the copies is going to be done for sure. So one of the things that I've done as well was increasing the minimum on my orders. So when someone is copying me, that order is going to be copied as well. So let's say that I want to do some averaging. So actually what I've done this week was I've done some averaging on PFP, BAT and GlaxoSmithKline, which they were quite low this week, and I've bought more to average that stock, so it won't be so negative. And other stocks that I've bought was ADA this week, Palantir, Corsair, and ARK. If you've seen my previous video, I mentioned that this was the stocks that I had planned to buy in the next 3 or 6 months. So the stocks actually were on the top lows during this week, and was a nice shot to buy right now because they were undervalued around 20%, and they were quite good to buy right now. So going back to the rules, they basically are enforcing you to invest 500, so all the trades is going to be copied. So what this is going to affect actually is if you are copying an investor that only does transactions of $50, for example, $25, for example, forget it, that transaction is not going to happen. They're not going to be copied on your portfolio. So in my case, it didn't affect much because I don't do transactions of that values. I do higher transactions, so that all the transactions that I'm doing, they are being copied as well to my copiers. So since we are talking about copy trades, you can look into my eToro account. You can copy me. The minimum at the moment is going to be 500, of course. And all the trades that I've done and I'm running is going to be copied as well. So don't forget to look for my nickname, Kenite, on the eToro. So now let's look into the performance of my portfolio this week. So this week we had a negative market with a 3.2%. My portfolio, and bear in mind this is only stocks, at the increase of 0.45%. So overperformed the market quite well. Of course, if I'm going to put here the crypto, they're going to be affected this overall value because ADA and BTC, BTC not so much, but ADA has increased a lot, around 48%, and this is going to increase also my overall. So that's why I'm putting here just only stocks and not crypto. My portfolio this week had a growth of 5.40%, and since inception we had a decrease here because of the overall market went down. From last week we had a growth of 13%, and now we had a growth of 10.63% on the overall performance since inception. The top 5 stocks that contribute for the growth of my portfolio was International Corporation Airlines with a 15.81%, Principal Financial Group with 9.3%, Energy Transfer with 9.14%. Bear in mind, AT has a big impact on my portfolio. I have a lot of stocks from them, and they have a great dividend yields. They are one of the biggest payers on my portfolio as well. BP with 7.12% and Twitter with 6.61%. Bear in mind, Twitter has an overall growth around 64% since I bought these stocks. The stocks that I have on my portfolio with the biggest growth at the moment, it's Bitcoin, Twitter, and other. So I hope you enjoyed this week analysis and the markets, what's going to happen. And also, if you want to copy me, don't forget to go to eToro and search for my nickname, Kenite. You can copy me at any time. Actually, this is the good time to copy because the market's in the all-time lows. Probably the market during this month is going to be down another 3 or 4 points. And I hope this analysis help you to decide what you're going to do this week. Once again, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, to hit the bell so you can receive upcoming videos. Leave a like and comment if you think that I've missed something. And once again, see you next week. Cheers. Bye bye.